With Bernie Wood. What's happening? No Signals TV. I'm here with a very special guest. I got my man, my big bro, Fuzz Jackson is in the building.
Woo, 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 woo.
So what we gonna do is do what we do. Roll up. We're gonna drink some of this, whatever it's called.
What?
We're gonna get into the first joint. LOA. Fuzz Jackson, No Signals TV, roll up. Y'all ready?
Yo, what's good?
See you?
Alright. Good with you. Yes! Yo, it's Fuzz Jax, man. Rise and fall of success. Concept produced it. Fuzz Jax with the lyrics, man. This song's called Lyrics on Arrival. Where the real lyrics at, man? Y'all rappers bring the lyrics back, man. Yes! Come on. A lot of dudes think they nice, but I need more proof. Smoke a dime, write a rhyme, spit with no couth. Like their minds are designed to write lines that ain't true. I'm inclined to go for mine and cause an arson in the booth. I ask you, who wins in this quest to be the dopest? I ask you, is anybody in your camp focused? I pass you. Stay in your lane, you're so bogus. Make sure you come correct when you approach us. I'm in the corner, man, vibe on chill. Baggy jeans, fresh Nikes, and a straight bill on top. Like the flows that I drop at will. This is something you can't do if you got no skill. This is EPMD rap, you got to chill. Another clumsy rapper with clips, who's the next to spill? Too many gangsters on the scene, who's the next to kill? Laying down the foundation, who's next to build? And that's real. In this game, it's all about survival. LOA, man, lyrics on arrival. Time for y'all to make sense when you speak or try to. You'll never have as much passion as I do. In this game, it's all about survival. LOA, man, lyrics on arrival. Time for y'all to make sense when you speak or try to. You'll never have as much passion as I do. It's the L.O.A. Lyrics on arrival. 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 I'm best friends with verbs, neighbors with predicates, take shots with nouns, kick it with words is relevant. Your rap style's boring, sounding the same. It's nap time, y'all killing the game. Listen, I do it gimmick free. It's your man Dub Z, pay your fee, hear the best added from NC. Stop lying saying that you gangster on these beats. Can't wait for y'all to see if you can back it in the street. The evidence is concrete when we all meet. You guys are Tony Romo in the pocket, incomplete. I'm a different type of MC with a different type flow. Labels are Geppetto, searching for Pinocchio. Lying in the rhyme, surprised they nose don't grow. These guys ain't Bruce Leroy, they got no glow. Jackie, figure him out, no time for self-doubt. No loves, let's touch gloves like a heavyweight bout. All I got is time, seems like yours is running out. Now you talking mad reckless on your Twitter account. My prediction is 100% of heat that melts the wax every time you hear Jack speak. Uplift the crowd now like a Shaka Smart speech. Put me in the booth, I'll adapt to any beat. Lyrics on arrival. In this game, it's all about survival. LOA, man, lyrics on arrival. Time for y'all to make sense when you speak or try to. You'll never have as much passion as I do. In this game, it's all about survival. LOA, man, lyrics on arrival. Time for y'all to make sense when you speak or try to. You'll never have as much passion as I do.
Yo, we back. My man Fuzz Jackson in the building. Monumental Music. Yo, appreciate you coming through, bro.
Appreciate you having me.
That's awesome.
Glad to be here. Glad to be here, my guy.
It is a pleasure. I don't know where to go at first because it's like you've been around through every, a lot of eras. You are fluent in your craft, where do you think rap is or hip hop is right now in the evolution of the craft or sport?
That is a great question. That is a great question. I think it's moving forward. Okay, this is my take on it.
Okay.
It's moving forward as far as being able to get the music out.
Okay.
It's moving forward as far as being able to get your bread. But in certain aspects, I feel like a lot of it's falling back. Some of the creativity is kind of slacking. And you know, it's not even a young, in my opinion, man, it's not even a young versus old type shit, right?
Right.
It's just more that, it's more of the technology. It's so quick and so vast. Even with the internet and everything like that, everything is so quick that people kind of feel like they have to put something out constantly. But when you do that, you lack. It's kind of like making a real good meal, but you make it and you start taking little steps out to make it quicker. It loses its flavor after a while. It ain't the same when you take your time the first time you make it. So I think it's happening kind of like that with as far as like some of the lyrics and some of the production. But I do like the fact that people can get in and get their bread now. It's less of a struggle. You don't really need labels no more. The gatekeepers are slowly going away. Because I'm from the era where it was mad gatekeepers.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you didn't fit a certain mold, people wouldn't fuck with you. And I kind of feel like now it's like, yo, you know, that one kid that's working on that one song can get on the internet, sit there all day and pump that shit out.
Right.
And do something with it. So in that aspect, I'm happy for a lot of cats. But with it being so quick, though, it's kind of like people forgetting to put the salt in there. People forgetting the paprika. People didn't put as much flour in there like they did the first time. So that's kind of how I look at it.
As far as like the transition from where we're at to where we're at now, you know, and you just built on your point, do you think that it'll ever be an era where the bars were heavily influenced? You know what I'm saying? Back to the MC mode.
I think so. I think it's happening now. Right. I think it's happening now, brother, with cats like Bronson, Griselda, because now you got street shit mixed with bars. You know, that whole era is coming back. So I think it's coming back now. And but the thing I do like about it now, though, is a lot of the younger people are more receptive to it now.
Right.
It's they're starting to kind of respect it again. So I'm happy. I'm happy for that. So I think it's going back to that, because now it's getting back to that competitive. Oh shit! Like, he said this, and I really gotta say some shit now. No more of that, you know, mumble shit. Like, everybody trying to really rap now.
Right.
You know.
Right.
So
do you think? Go ahead. My fault.
No. I was just saying. So with that being said, like, yeah, I think a lot of people are trying to stretch their pen game out now, which I'm glad to see.
Right.
You know?
Right. Do you think? As far as legacy is concerned, when it comes to, I think my perception is when you got great bars, you understand the legacy kind of maintains itself, or it continues to grow with your evolution as a man. You see Nas where he's at with King's Disease.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think like any of the younger artists you see now have the potential to evolve to that level right now, or do you think artists even think in that realm anymore?
Yeah, I do. I think because you still got the Joey Badasses.
Okay.
You know, you still got the who he started one way, but now he's getting into the lyricism. Was it Corday, YMB, He's
always been on some bullshit.
You know what I'm saying? And in the beginning, I didn't think that.
Right.
But then I heard him, I'm like, yo, dude, nasty, like real nasty.
Yeah, he with the shit.
Yeah, so I think it's a lot of cats that's out there. I think, and now, you know, shit, I even heard something recently with I forgot what the name of the joint was, but I even heard some shit with like Kodak Black, like rapping.
With Kendrick. He was with Kendrick.
Yeah, like rapping. So, I mean, I'm really starting to see a change in it, man, which is good. My
perception of some of the rappers like a Kodak Black is that I know that deep down, you know, I've heard them on, you know, previous tracks when they, you know, when they first start coming onto the scene with their music, and I know they have that skill. And you see that they consciously make an effort to dumb down to sell records.
Yeah.
Do you think that kind of killed the bar type of situation as far as like in mainstream?
Yeah, I do, because because I you know, I went through it like with a group I was in like over 20 years ago back in the day in Georgia. You know, we was trying to shop our shit and we was trying to get a deal, and you know, dudes would be like, yo, like your shit's too smart. You know, for real. Like they would say, yo, your shit's too smart for the audience.
Right.
Like, but they would say it in a certain way that's not offensive, but it's still offensive. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, your shit's going over people's heads. Could you like be more street? Could you be a little bit louder? Could you? I mean, and you looking at this motherfucker like, yo, like that's not even not even who I am.
Right.
And you know, but yeah, man, it's really sad how they do that. And I also think too, man, I think the gatekeepers kind of started the whole old versus young shit. Because think about this. Think about if an NBA young boy could build with Rakim. Or think about if an NBA young boy could build with like a Lil Wayne. Or say if
Juvie. Cause they literally from the same state. Like if they had like, and just BG came home, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So if you had that, I think if you had that mixture, you would get that.
And think about this. Think about how in other genres of music they do that. Like you don't ever see somebody in rock say, man, fuck Jimmy Page, fuck Led Zeppelin.
Right.
You don't never see that shit in country.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? You only see that shit in hip hop.
Do you think the over masculinity in hip hop that was pushed in the forefront is a down? I don't think it was a downfall, because I don't think now we have that over masculinity in hip hop, and I think it's lacking, and I think that's why. That's a whole other ball game. But
I see where you're going.
You understand? Like that DMX energy, that pop energy. You understand? Like
the early like Master P type shit. Like,
you know, the hyper masculine, you know what I'm saying, kind of make people uncomfortable, even down to Lil Jon, you know what I'm saying, the crunk era, you dig? So you had to be, you know, if you want
on some tough shit.
Right, you understand? Like it could go down, you understand? But I think like now today's game is different. Do you feel like now with the gang culture, where we at? You know what I'm saying? Do you think like younger artists, you know, are they jumping into that now?
Yeah, it's scary because I feel like it's unnecessary. I feel like you got a lot of cats that's really intrigued by that gangster shit and really want to be involved in it and kind of feel left out because everybody else in it. Right. But that shit is. Some of these young wolves they don't care, man. It like the age that I'm seeing dudes die now is like crazy versus when I was coming up. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like you know, back then you fight it out. You fuck around, make a song together after you fight it out.
Right.
You know, now you know, it's different. It's different, man. So yeah, it's that shit is crazy. You know, I think because of the separation of guidance, people getting in the game without being talked to, people not sitting nobody down and letting them know how shit gonna be, how it is. So it's just motherfucker. It's like the Wild Wild West, yo. It's just like shoot 'em up, everything.
All right. It's a conundrum. It's a conundrum because at the end of the day, we all grew up on NWA.
Exactly.
We all grew up on Spice One. We all grew up on Onyx. You understand where I'm coming from?
I totally understand.
And it's like, it's hard to not say that ain't part of the culture.
Yeah.
What part of the culture, when does it oversee?
I don't know, man. Yo, that, you know, damn, like, you know, it's crazy, man, because the game has changed so much, man. And you know what I miss, man? I'm gonna tell you some real shit. Not to like sidestep, but this kind of correlates. I miss the part of hip hop where it was the cool club. Like, and when I say that, man, I don't mean necessarily like, you know, like how in high school you got the cheerleaders at one table, you got the nerds at one table, and you all the fucking jocks was at the table, and you couldn't come and sit at the table unless you was a jock. That's kind of, I know it kind of sounds fucked up the way I'm saying it, right? But that I miss when hip hop was like that. Like you had to have a skill set to sit at the table, bro.
Hey,
you had to be nice.
Wow, you built that. You built that.
You couldn't just. You had to earn your Letterman jacket.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You just didn't get a jacket because you had the effort. You had to be nice to get that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and like now it's like anybody can rap. Anybody could put a record out. Whether I just saw something with one of the Real Housewives put a record out. Like anybody can do this shit now. And that in itself, I think, like it goes back to once again with hip hop. Like people don't take what we do seriously. And to the point where they think that they can do it. Anybody think they can rap and make a record. And is it cool you can do that? Yes. Is it disrespectful to the artists that really put the work in, that come in here and bang shit out and really come up with a thought process? Very much so disrespectful. And I think people don't understand that shit. You know what I mean? So for me,
I'm glad you said that.
Yeah, because it's real shit. Because like it'll be like, yo, I got a mixtape coming out. And then you'll have somebody be like, yeah, I got this, I know somebody who just started rapping and they got a SoundCloud page and they already got 10,000 listeners. And now like, you like, what the fuck? Like,
right.
like
what was the grind?
Where's the grind? You know, and these are people who've never had to actually go out the home and talk to people and get on the phone and set shit up. Or actually have to meet somebody, have to go to a venue and look at. So I think with all that, we missing the communication and understanding the grind and understanding how you build that shit, knowing how to talk to a promoter, and a lot of these motherfuckers know how to make a record, but they don't know how to do that. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So it's like we missing so much shit, and I feel like we need to have that back, because I feel like once you understand the grind, you'll respect it more, and you'll know what it takes to make a record. You know, making a song it ain't easy. Like you really got to sit down and write shit, or you really got to come up with a concept. You know, that's a lot of the shit I think we missing.
Cool shit. So what we gonna do is we gonna get.
Sorry if I'm talking to you.
Nah, bro. Look. This network was built. Yeah, like I'm building this. I did this for the network so people can. Like I ain't asking you regular questions. I'm not gonna get on here and ask you.
Good conversation, bro.
Right. And I try to have that conversation, that respect for everybody. I know. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Back to the business. We're gonna get into this next video because he made some good points. I'm overhyped. Excuse me. What's this? Round 1, Fuzz and Mac.
Ooh.
We're gonna get back and we're gonna talk about this Fuzz. Yeah, I don't know why you mispronouncing that, but anyways, we're gonna talk about, we're gonna get into some stuff. We're gonna ask the hard questions next, Paul. But round 1 with Fuzz and Mac. Y'all roll up, No Signals TV.
I wanted retribution. Revolution's a solution. You need to be saying less with more doing. I wanted unity for us, you wanted more confusion. What you created was bullshit, now keep it moving. Pack your bags and go. Leave those keys at the door. No more rounds after this one, it's over for show. You can't take my shine or even steal my glow. A world without you is a world I'd rather know.
Bellies, you're done. Blow a kiss to your loved ones. Maybe one of them will come to your long walk home. No voice unsung. From these ashes came this sun. Lost lives we honor with our lungs. We rose, we won. Round 1.
You thought it was sweet, I saw through the riff-raff. Tried to break my soul up like a Kit Kat. Did everything to get some get back. Turned truth around whenever someone spoke real facts. Now I see why everybody dissed you. You're a narcissist with a page full of issues. Running out of breath as the lies catch up to. I told you not to get used to the view.
Bellies, you're done. Blow a kiss to your loved ones. Maybe one of them will come to your long walk home. No voice unsung. From these ashes came the sun. Lost lives we honor with our lungs. We rose, we won. Round one.
You already know. You already know, man.
Yo, No Signals TV, back on my man Fuzz Jackson, man. That was a dope video. So, how you meet Matt?
Funny story. I used to rap in a band called Organics.
Okay.
Which was superstar lineup of jazz musicians from the area. Benny Hill, Kobe Wall, Sean Higgins, Sean Mahoney, just mad, Gerald, just mad people. R.I.P. Gary Craddock.
Okay.
So we were doing a show, and this girl walked in, and this tall, like, lanky girl just walked in, and Kobe was playing drums, and he was like, yo, give her the mic. And I was like, what? He's like, give her the mic. I was like, I thought she was about to rap.
Right.
I gave her the mic. And she just opened her mouth, yo, and started singing. And I was like, holy shit.
Wow.
Yeah, it was like that. And what happened was they was playing somewhere before, and she came in, and he let her get on the mic, so he had already knew her. I didn't know nothing about her. I didn't know she was coming, and he didn't tell me.
Right.
So she popped in, and I was like, after that, I was like, yo, we shook hands and met and shit, and then she joined the band Organics, and we played for a few years together, and the band had broken up. Some people moved to New York or whatever. So I just came up with the random idea, like, yo, if this shit don't work, we should do something. Because people like when we fuck around, like, live.
Right,
It was
right,
me,
right.
her, and this dude, my man Calico. We were like the two rappers and her. And then people started liking the interaction between us three. And so when the band broke up, we had made like one song. And it was over my man in the first video lyrics on the ride with dude I was skating with.
Right.
Some dude named Eddie. He made beats and he
Okay.
had DJ.
Cool shit.
Yeah, and so he made a joint, and we recorded it, and it was fire, but we never put it out. And then this kind of it's taking a long time, but I'm gonna tell you how this happened, right?
You good shit. You good
So by then the band had broken up, and so we was like, fuck it, let's just do that. So we did that song, whatever, never put it out, but we passed it around and people liked it.
Right.
Got a phone call one day. True story, yo. Got a phone call one day after the band had broken up, whatever. Everybody was living everywhere, whatever. And got a phone call. Somebody was like, yo, the Roots are coming to House of Blues. We need Organics to play. And I was like, shit. I was like, all right, well, the band ain't all in town, but I could bring myself and McLean down. And they're like, yeah, whatever. Click. So I called McLean. I said, yo, the Roots are coming to House of Blues. We just got to book the show, yo. We gotta
get right.
We gotta get right. So yo, that was a Thursday. This girl flew down Friday. We recorded our first EP that weekend. That next Thursday we had the show, and we sold almost all of them at the House of Blues shit.
Wow.
Sold out crowd. I had just put a mixtape out. We sold like pretty much almost all them shits, man. And that was the first show we did together.
Wow.
As Fuzz and Matt opened up for the Roots. And then they liked it so much, man, that they asked us to come back like the following year. And so kind of that's how the whole Fuzz and Matt shit has started.
That's cool.
So our first show was opening for the Roots, and it was our first time playing live as a unit. Shout out to my man Joe.
Right.
And yeah, like that shit was crazy. So that's how Fuzz and Max started, yo. And we've been together ever since.
All right.
Yeah, so going from that into that was crazy because we didn't know what the fuck we was doing. Like, yo, shout out to
That's some of the best shit.
Yo, bro, shout out to McLean, because McLean would just get on the internet, yo, and just drink mad coffee and just email people all day, all night shit and book shit. And a lot of the first tours pretty much most of the tours that we did was her, like, just grinding. And so, and then it was funny because people didn't know what the fuck they was getting. It was just like, you know, here's him, her, and DJ, what the fuck we gonna get? And then we show up and kill that shit.
Right.
To the point where, you know, we started like building relationships and people were like, you know, we come for like a season and then they hit us up again, yo, can y'all come back? So we started, yo, we can really tour on some shit. So we started bouncing around and we got to the point, man, McLean got so nice with the booking that we was doing like, man, I remember one year, yo, we did West Coast, came back, chilled, did all East Coast. Came back, chilled, a few more months, came back East Coast again. Like we was really making, yeah, like, and that was the thing. Like people was kind of like, you know, y'all motherfuckers ain't never here. And I'm like, yo, because McLean, you know, was on her shit. Okay. So we did a lot of grassroots shit, man, before it was popular. You know what I mean? Okay. Before Instagram, really, before, you know, so, yeah, man. It was amazing. That was a good story for Yeah. So that's why, you know, I had to take you from the beginning to present.
Cool shit, because a lot of people might not know that. You know
I don't think a lot of people do. And so people.
I'm glad you walked them up the street. You definitely walked them up the street on that. You've been here a long time, Fuzz, as far as in this space that we in, as far as where we're at, as far as location. Do you feel like the support has always been there?
I feel like I'm 50-50 with it. I feel like it has been, but I also feel this is the gift and curse living in a small town. The great thing about living in a small town, right? People will support you, but you also have to remember these people are your friends. Sometimes when people get close to you, they forget what you can do because they're used to seeing you all the time. Mm-hmm. You know, and you might get some of those people that's like, oh man, I got to work this weekend, man. I'll catch the next one. It might not be no next one. That's what I always tell people. It might not be. So if you can come. Because I might fuck around one day and be like, I don't want to do this shit around here no more. Which I've done before. Right. Because I went through that. Like, I'm cool with everybody, but this is still something I love to do. So if you really want to come out, you'll support me. You won't show up and tell the doorman, go get Fuzz. Right. I don't want to pay. Go. And people do shit like that. Meanwhile, you go to everybody's shit and you pay with no problem. Without thinking about it. So for a while, I was like, I told Mac, I said, we're not doing that in here. You know, if you really down and you really love what we do, you support us, she'll come out and be like, yo, because I know y'all spend way more than that drinking at the bar. Y'all be on Instagram taking pictures of outfits and belts and shit. New cars, who this, all this shit, but you can't pay $5. That, you know, that's something people really need to be thinking. That's something y'all need to think about when y'all support y'all friends, man. Like, y'all need to come the fuck out and support. Buy merch, buy some shit. Don't be on some shit like, well, can I have one just because I know you? I don't go to your job and ask for shit.
But yeah, do you feel like being that, you know, you came from a different era when media was different. It wasn't a social media. Do you feel like that you've been around since that? You've gave, you know what I'm saying, you did quality work. Do you feel like that medium of the situation ever supported your situation or made it move? It's almost like Fuzz is the best unknown rapper. You understand? Cause
bro, you know, it's funny because we were in the studio and we were talking about that shit. And I was like, I said this, I was like, I feel like I'm the best you never heard of. I always say that.
And I say, and ain't no disrespect.
I don't take that at all.
And I'll be somewhere, I'll be like, yo,
I feel like complimented
shit.
by it because y'all know what it is.
But I'm also an MC.
You also, so you know, like, what it takes to get to our level of being comfortable and being lyricists and shit like that. So you know, and nah, man, I don't feel like, actually, man, I kind of always felt that I would be that because I would never succumb to the label shit. After what I've been through, man, and having people tell me now, I was like, why the fuck do I even want to take part in this shit? I gotta find out a way to do this shit without the middleman. And I kind of felt like I was on some independent shit like way before anybody else was because I saw it early.
Okay.
I saw it real early. I was 20 when I saw it. And then I moved here, and then that's when I really saw it because I got the phone call, yo, the label's broke, can't sign the deal, and that's what happened in one situation. So it always made me be like, okay, these motherfuckers aren't where we're from. They don't really know shit about the culture and the music. Right. So why are we investing our time and our energy in the people that really don't give a fuck about what we're doing? Be smart and do this shit yourself. So I was always on that mentality. And I'm kind of glad I stuck by my guns because, number one, it made me better because I always had that chip on my shoulder.
Absolutely.
Like, oh, okay, so I can't get in this way. I'll get in this way. Right. So, and then once I met some of my favorite rappers growing up, and once I was doing songs with them, and motherfuckers was shouting me out.
Like who?
Sadat X. Shout out to Battle. Me and Battle had an album, Action Incorporated, which y'all need to
DJ
get.
Battle.
Yes. Thirst to Howl the Third's on there. If y'all know him, he's from the Lyricist Lounge era. Right. Sadat X is on the joint. I did a joint with him, and I remember listening to Brand Nubian when I was a fucking teenager and shit.
Absolutely.
So, like, that was crazy. I was a real big fan of Camp Lo. Opened up for them like 6 times. And Geechee Suede was always one of my favorites. And then for him to tell me that I was nice was crazy.
That's crazy.
Boot Camp Click, we did like 3 or 4 times. Me and Matt did Talib Kweli. I did Talib Kweli 3 times. I did one of them once with her. Me and Battle did Lupe Fiasco a couple years ago. So I always been like the opener. Like I always, Killer Mike one weekend, Killer Mike in Augusta, and then that same weekend we came up here and did it here. 2 Live Crew. Story after story after story. So yeah, just to be able to do that, man, it's been a blessing. So I'm good with that, man.
That's
cool,
know what I
mean?
Man. I'm gonna ask you a real question as far as like, because a lot of people measure success on like a record deal. Being that you've traveled, you understand, you've met so many people with your craft. How do you feel? Like you understand? Because you get people who come to you and be like, well, you ain't have no record deal.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about that poor, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm lucky, man. Like,
that's wow.
At the age of 10,
I agree.
Yeah, look, at the age of 10 years old, man, I saw true shit. I saw Run DMC, first rap concert ever. It was Run DMC, Fat Boys, LL Cool J, Curtis Blow, all on one stage, right? And the dude that my mom made me go to the concert with was like dude I went to school with. Right. And I remember I looked at the stage and I was like, yo, I'm gonna do that shit.
Wow.
And the dude was like, nah, you ain't ever gonna do that shit. And like fast forward, I did that shit.
You did that shit.
You know what I'm saying? So like for me, I don't know, this is success for me. Loving what you do despite the odds, despite what people say about you, putting the sacrifice there. If you wake up and look in that fucking mirror, man, and love what you see and enjoy it and you feel good about it and you still doing what you love to do and you still feel that way since day one, that's success. Right. Because you got people, man, that got bread that ain't happy. You have people that got bread that turn their own TVs off. Right. Respectfully, I say that. But like, you got people that got bread who just are miserable. Right. Meanwhile, you got people like me who just love what they do and love the fact people enjoy it and love the fact that I still get better at this shit. Like I ain't never. That's the thing about me, man. You can say whatever the fuck you say about Fuzz Jackson, but the one thing you can't ever say is that I ever slapped. That I ever. Oh, he used to be nice.
Right.
He used to be good.
Right.
Nah, like I'm that dude still. And when I say that, I'm not saying like I'm better than everybody. But you know when you come to a show or you purchase something of mine or you download something of mine, it's never slack shit.
Right.
It's always grade A, 100% real shit. So at the end of the day, I'm good.
And I respect that. And I've always respected that about you as an artist. Before I even knew who you were, you walked up to me one night after the show and you was like, bro, that was dope. And a lot of people don't do that. You understand? Because I'm not saying I'm trash.
That song you did, bro. What's the name of that song? Yes. It was the first time I saw you perform that track. I remember that. Yeah, that shit was crazy, bro.
And I was
I'm
like,
sorry, go ahead.
no.
I remember that shit. Yeah, that was a dope moment, man.
Like I said, it's not a lot of people who respect like bars. You dig where I'm coming from? And it's not like I never feel like I'm extending my welcome in hip hop. You understand? Because it's like people respect the craft. You understand? Just like you respect the craft, it's a lot of people that really respect the craft of the. You understand?
Yeah.
And I appreciate that you respect the craft.
For sure.
For
sure.
Do you ever think it'll be a day where hip hop is looked at like rock and roll, where the youngsters be like if you listen to a person who's fluent in rock and roll, they know the drummer.
Yeah.
You understand how I'm coming from?
That's so on point. What you just said right there.
Like,
yeah, that's real shit.
So do you think hip hop will ever get to that, where it's the purest, or are we past that window?
No, I think if we don't take the shit back, we will be. And when I say take the shit back, I mean stop letting people that don't really give a fuck about hip hop have a say. Stop letting bloggers, interviewers, people that really don't even fuck with rap music but can make profit off it, get them the fuck out the way.
Wow.
This shit is for people that love it, that respect it, and that want to innovate it. I think what we fucked up in hip hop is we let too many motherfuckers that don't care about it get involved. You understand what I mean? Like a lot of us never learned how to handle tour shit, promotion shit. So we go ahead and give it to somebody else to do it.
Age of business.
Takes the money off the back end, fucks you over, and then and then look at them crazy when it's really the artist's fault. And so I feel like until we do that, until we say, hey, look, yo, if you don't know shit about what we're doing, stay the fuck out of it. And let the people that love this shit get involved in it, and let them, don't block people out. And there's too much of that shit. Like, just think about how many like radio motherfuckers are really in control of what the fuck we got going on. Like, real talk. People that don't even like know what the fuck kind of hip hop we do are in control and can get on the air and say, don't buy touch shit. And just saying it like this, and nobody will buy your shit. How the fuck does that happen? Like, how have we gotten so lost that we let motherfuckers do that? Like, I don't like him, so don't buy his shit. And it happens.
To me personally, because my father and what he did as far as entertainment, when the DJs became for sale, the gatekeepers, like the DJs played the shit that made people rock. Right. So if the DJs are for sale, what are we really doing? When you can pay for, and I understand the game's always been pay for play, but in the underground, that shit didn't.
Nah. And see, you know what's crazy? And see, look, and this is another point I want to share with you, brother. People talk shit about underground hip hop. But when you, like how we were just talking about overseas shit prior, right? To the interview.
Absolutely.
Here's the thing about underground hip hop. Those motherfuckers can go overseas. The Alcoholics from the 90s, EPMD, cats like Diamond D, like all these underground cats from that era can still go overseas and kill it, because that music holds more weight and more value than a Puffy than you know what I'm saying, than a mainstream.
Wow.
Like real talk. Like if you get online right now and look at like older artists, real shit, artists over 45 years old. Most of the motherfuckers, Master Ace, J. Rue the Damager lives in Germany now. Master Ace goes over there. Wordsworth goes over there. All these dudes that got bars, that got skills, that got talent, can still go over to Europe and kill it, and come back and make their bread. Whereas, you know, it's different for a popular artist to go over there. If Puffy goes over there, it has to be a big production.
Okay.
I saw, you know, there's a clip online with Big Daddy Kane's in Russia. Not even on a stage. It's like it looked like he in a gymnasium, but it's like mad people around him, like real shit, and killed it, murked the set. But
hey, I seen Big Daddy Kane in person. Like I seen him, and it's like
it's no joke, bro.
Right, like it's
no fucking joke. I saw him in the Raleigh. Look, man. Pause. But no man has ever made me freeze in person. I saw him in the airport in Raleigh and was like, like, yo, son. I was like, yo, it's Big Daddy fucking Kane. Like, you know.
And
like,
you knew what you had to do as far as an MC and as a man.
I was like that. To me, like him, Rakim, like those dudes were way ahead of their time. Way, like when Rakim, like, you know, I had the opportunity to open up for Rakim when he came here a couple weeks ago. I seen that. I was there. Bruh, no, yo, first of all, he looked 30. The man probably almost 60 probably. Right. Man, yo. And that man came out, bruh, and he was spitting that shit like he was 20. Right. It was incredible. Passion? Yo, God. It was, yeah. And you but here's the thing, and this is what I'm saying about success. You can look at him and tell he still loves what he does. Like, and he's so dialed in that now it's like him spitting his set is like you rolling the L. Like, it's just that simple. Right. Yeah.
But yo, we gonna get into this Congo freestyle. Shit just went crazy in the back. I'm about to go tone shit down. Yo, no signals TV. We'll be back. Yeah. What the fuck is they doing?
Growth is elevation. Elevation is growth. Yes! It's monumental. It's monumental. Yes! Beats and coffee consigned. Fuzz Jack's rules don't apply. Yes! Fought for what was mine, came out unblemished. Pop said don't leave the table until you're finished. Time to eat, food for thought, I'll even do those dishes. Got my shovel, dug myself out of too many trenches. Never thrown shade to rappers that spoke reckless. In my world, I don't shit what y'all digested. Don't care about gaining friends or your acceptance. Deep rooted in my own thoughts, so brother, don't question. Good morning, class, let's begin. Okay. I'm a cool cat, welcome to the lion's den. Truthfully, there's a lot of dudes lying with their pen. I gotta be me, I ain't trying to fit in. Okay. Now they want his tight lips, scared the people gaining power might raise a right fist. Baby, now that's it, no more watching the game. I'm about to get off the bench. I'm looking hatred in the eye, ain't got no time to flinch. I'm an example of turning effort into excellence, setting the precedent. So let's talk about relevance, a word specialist. On stage, I'm shredding shit. A Top Gun comp's nothing like time, I scare it. So while y'all grin and bear it, I know you hear it. And I don't care if you hate, like, love, or even share it. On record, they tough talk, keeping it live. But in person, they barely talk like Gosling Drive. Okay. A misunderstood dude is what I often am, but I need no explanation of who I am as a man. I love hitting the booth, creating a master plan. Never complain, I adapted like Zartan. In these dark days, I'm trying to right these wrongs and learn about myself while I write these songs. Meanwhile, pen game, Phil Fist is strong. Hip hop's my Wanda, and I just switched into Spawn. They say you've been away too long, I've been on my grind. So I slid home like Sid Bream in 9-5. And now I'm focused, Rihanna scoring behind the line. I told y'all let me play, it's my time to shine. To those that said I was whack, had no love for my raps, slept on the cat, y'all fake, no cap. Okay. It's cool, I don't hate, but I remember facts. I do y'all like the Panthers did Cam and turn my back. Yes!
ride or die with the shit. Like, she ain't, you know, and I've been in like so many groups with people and shit, bro, and seen people tap out, and I'm too old for this shit. Not really, bro. If you like doing it, do the shit. You thinking about what everybody else think, and that ain't what hip hop is. Hip hop was always edgy. It was different. It was people doing what the fuck they wanted to do. It was never us worried about what people thought. And you know what I'm saying? And now we worried about, I don't know, man. That's not why we got into it. We were rebels. But this is what I'm saying about people getting involved with the shit that don't have nothing to do with it, because it made us get uncomfortable with ourselves.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying? Like that's the thing that people don't understand. Like, this shit was, hip hop was always rebellious. It was always different. It was like punk rock.
Right.
All of a sudden, we started caring about what people said. All of a sudden, we started getting mad if a motherfucker don't like us. So what? That's what music is choice, bro. You might not like my whole album, but you might like one joint off it.
Right.
But so before we say, you know, fuck this motherfucker, you can't get mad at a motherfucker because he chooses something different. And that's why I always say, if you do hip hop, you got to have thick skin. Not everybody gonna like your shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right. The only person, like, when it comes to, you know, my craft, the only people that really affect me is the people that I care about.
Boom.
So if somebody that I care about goes left on my music,
Then you question.
Right. Directly or indirectly,
Because if they care about you, they're being honest.
Right. But at the same time, sometimes, like you said, some people don't understand hip hop and the black creative.
Right.
When it comes to expression, because it always doesn't lead to monetary reward.
Right.
So you get to a point in hip hop where your music is your therapy, especially as a person of color.
Right.
How much do you think that affects what you do?
I think you should always remember that every time you make a song. Like, when I do shit with McLean, perfect example. 2 different people, 2 different races, right? But the thing about us, and the reason why our music is the way it is, because we never forget who we are. We never have forgotten that. Like, so I think the first and foremost is that you got to remember who you are before you even jot down that first word. Because if you don't know who you are, and what the fuck you writing for? You see what I'm saying? Like, or why you record music if you don't know who you are? How can you make a song if you don't know who you are? If you're not comfortable enough to express yourself in the right tone. That's the thing. That's why we got, you know, 6ix9ines and shit like that, because these motherfuckers ain't comfortable with who they are. They have to be somebody else to be heard.
That's crazy.
So that's, you know, so, man, like, you know, I'm gonna tell you, I learned so much. I learned so much in hip hop by not talking. I learned a lot in this shit by letting people think whatever the fuck they want to think about me, and never said nothing. Bro, I done been through it. I done seen posts about me. I done seen people say shit about me, talk shit, but it's because they don't understand it. They don't understand why I move the way I move. But I move because I don't give a fuck about what people think. And that's the thing. You know?
So what's your feeling on culture vultures? And what's the perception of the definition of a culture?
Man, I think it goes back. A culture vulture to me is someone that slides in, makes money off the game, knows what they're doing. Because I've seen dudes do shit and not know.
Right.
And then you tell them, and they're like, oh shit, my bad.
Right.
But then you have people who know what they're doing and don't give a fuck and just make money.
Clout too?
Clout too. And to me, that's a culture vulture. Like, that's somebody that's coming in. That's somebody coming in your house, eating your dinner and shit, not bringing nothing, and all they bring is a to-go plate to take shit to walk out with. They don't bring no sides. They don't bring nothing. They just show up with Tupperware.
Okay.
That's how I feel about that shit.
I got a real question to ask you. Do you think that if, just like the labels now, do you think that if someone provides a monetary value to your situation that they have an opinion, or do they have any influence on what you make? Because we got a lot of young people right now that are making music that you know they're going to these labels.
Right.
And they
specifically.
And so I'm asking you this question, like, if someone's funding monetarily, do you think they have a stake in the creativity of where you're going?
Yeah. Whether you like it or not.
Wow.
Whether you like it or not. Because when you gave up your right to do your shit yourself, that's what comes with that. I've been there and done that. So that's why I'm saying, you know, I've been in a situation where I'm like, yo, I'm gonna let this person do this and do this, and maybe help me out, but and then the idea is, you should probably do this. And you're like, yo, I don't do that shit. But who's paying for your studio time? Who's paying for this engineer to mix your shit? Who's paying for the promo shit? And that's what I'm saying about being in control of your own shit. That's the second most important thing I feel like in hip hop. Being in control of your own shit. Even if you can't play this venue and you gotta play that venue just to be in control of your own shit. Once you start letting people in your house, bro, that's when they can tell you what to do. And I feel like a lot of times people don't understand that. And that's why when I hear young cats talk about they're gonna shop their shit to a label, I'm like, bro, think about what you're doing. Because once those people start investing in you, they're gonna tell you what to wear. They're gonna tell you what to rap like. They're gonna tell you, man, look, when me and McLean first started doing Fuzz and Mac, you should have heard how many people be like, oh, you guys should be on Black Eyed Peas type shit. You should have her do this and do this like Fergie. Like, why would you want us to be something that's already out there? That makes no sense. That's not what the artistry's about. Right. So I think when you do that, oh yeah, and they're gonna tell you up front, yeah, Tut, we put X amount of dollars, we put $100K on this. So yeah, you gonna do this. You gonna do this song with this feature whether you like it or not. Right. If not, we gonna pull back. So yeah, that's the thing. That's it's pros and cons with everything, and that's one of them. So yeah.
So do you feel like, so that goes back to the culture vulture, the people, is it investment? Is it culture vulture?
And see, that's where the lines are close, because it could be that one individual that thinks they know what the marketing is, right, that thinks they know what kids want. Mm-hmm. Or it's that motherfucker that wants you to act like a fucking idiot to make that bread off you. I mean, we see that shit. I don't want to say names, but we see that shit on YouTube interviews and shit. Right. Asking questions, you know that's going to get people in trouble.
Right, I got it.
Why would you do that?
Right.
And then get mad when you get checked. Like, that's some culture vulture shit.
Wow.
You know what I mean? You know when you sat these people down that what you were going to ask them, and you do the shit anyway, and you know it's going to get them in trouble. You don't give a fuck about what happens to them. You give a fuck about your clicks. Mm-hmm. It's a lot of motherfuckers on here, man, that have YouTube channels, purposely get these people on here, purposely get these people to come in and interview these people, knowing what the fuck's going to happen, and totally do this shit unapologetically, and know and won't take shit down when they get called out. Right. They'll let you know what time it is. And that's what I'm saying, man. A lot of us real rappers, a lot of us real MCs, a lot of us real producers need to step the fuck in and be like, yo, this our shit, yo. Like, we gonna run the gamut on our shit. Right. Y'all stay over there and do what y'all do, but just let us real motherfuckers do what we do.
That's why we have no signals. Fuck the
TV. You know what I'm saying? Real shit.
So we got a show coming up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to get this episode out before the show, but if not, explain what you got going on. Explain why this shit.
December 17th, Rooted Cobbin Lounge.
We probably gonna have that out.
Yeah, pull up. You're gonna see lyricism at its finest. You're gonna see a dope stage show. You're gonna hear dope tracks, dope beats, and me. It's gonna be a fun time.
So, Monumental Music. Explain. Help.
Oh, Monumental Music is a collective. We are not a label. We are a collective. It's a deep roster. We're talking like the Yankees. We're talking like the Knicks. We're talking like the 80s Lakers. We're talking about the Celtics in '86. Mm-hmm. Like, you got myself. Okay. You got McLean. Yeah. So you got Fuzz and Mac. You got Kansai. You got Scott, Slim Deluxe, and Namanon. So that's -1. Okay. You got DJ Battle. You got my man Owen Dollar, who's an engineer who engineers all this shit. Okay. You got Rizzy. You got D Allen. You got my man Intense T. You got Jamoculus. Shit. I don't want to leave nobody out. It's a lot of us, bro.
Yeah, you missed a lot. Huh?
Yeah, I don't want to miss nobody. Yeah. Oh, my man VI. You got my man VI. It's all a collective of just different MCs, producers, DJs, and we just form together and create dope shit.
Shout out to P. Grady. Pat.
Pat.
I just did a show with Pat.
Pat Grady. Yo, that dude's a fucking animal.
I see a lot of the
people
influence.
Don't know, bro.
I see a lot of the influence. I see the stage presence, the freestyling. I see a lot of the influence.
He used to come to the monumental shit a lot.
Okay.
Yo, you'd have to take the mic from him.
Yeah.
Pat, let somebody else rap.
You keep going.
Yo, Pat's a machine. Shout out to my man P. Grant too. P. Grant, P. Grant is a problem.
Right, and people don't.
Yo,
I got it. You know what? P. Grant. Anyway.
Yeah. When we get done with this, I'm gonna play you a joint I got with him on my new mixtape.
Cool shit.
He's a prop.
I've been listening to P. Grant because at one time, anyways, it was nobody putting out music at the same time, but
yeah.
But anyways, shout out to my man Solomon.
Oh man, Solomon, you gonna kill me. Shout out to King Solomon.
That's
Solomon's on 2 joints on my mixtape.
That's my
old roommate too.
That's my brother, man. Like we grew up.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yo.
That's my guy.
Yeah. So we gonna be at Ruda Kava Lounge on the 17th. This will probably drop before then. Hopefully we get this going on. Send your shout outs, man. What you?
Yo, shout out to the whole Monumental Music family. Shout out to my peoples in GA. Shout out to my mom Dot. Yo, hit me up. Your mom's favorite rapper on Instagram. Fuzz Jax on Facebook. Fuzz Jackson on Facebook. North Jax on Twitter. And Fuzz Jackson on TikTok. I'm not hard to find, bro. Holla at me.
I miss your Instagram.
Huh?
Instagram was.
Yeah, Instagram is your mom's favorite rapper. One word.
Okay, cool. All right. You know me. I'm gonna shout out to my sponsors. Ruda Kava Lounge on College. Check us out online. My man Alan Murphy at Murphy Insurance. Shout out to my man Lee Hustle, Pure Pain Mafia.
Hustle. Hey.
Shout out to my little brother, Plushville Entertainment. Check him out for weddings, all that kind of good shit. At your service, my cousin Dez for your lawn work. Shout out to Steve Grady. Shout out to Fu Wangs.
Yo, that shrimp and wing combo there is crazy,
bruh. Hey. Yo. Missing somebody, man. Shout out to my man John, Designed to a T. He was there for Major Palooza. That was crazy shit. I hope I ain't got nothing on my damn camera right now, bro. If that was there the whole time, I'm sorry, y'all. Anyway, shit. Man, y'all know how we get down. No Signals TV. Fuzz, yo. Before we get up out of here, we got one video to play last.
Oh shit.
Somebody in the city. What you like? What you want to hear?
Somebody in the city?
Anybody?
Let's play one of your joints. Yeah.
What you want to hear?
Shit. You play one. Yo, do you got a video for that?
What I did?
Yes. I can't. What's the name of that song, man?
Till We Go.
Till We Go. You got, yeah.
So we're going to play Till We Go. Shout out my man Fuzz, man.
Yes,
y'all come check us out. No Signals TV already.
Cool shit. Hey, let me hear that shit. Don't knock on my bed. Let's go. I miss my shit. I'm on there. I'm still on. I can't hear myself. Fuck it. My motivation is the day as I roll up to the cool. Keep my eye upon the prize and control of what I do. If a nigga felt the vibe, then he probably fell through. Every dream I worked for, shit, it probably came true. But I flew through instinct, void most emotion. Jose with champagne, I'm throwing back this potion. Beach niggas speak cool shit, we grew up by the ocean. ride around the city with that good reefer smoking. Arm out the window, feeling like the king. Feel the money in rotation like an Instagram meme. But it's nothing but the fam, DBP, we be the team. Riverside mofo, know I mean? It's so official. And we probably be smoking, but don't know where we're going, but we know that we're going, ayy. And they always hate our color, but never can kill our soul, so they shooting us in broad day. So we pray up to the sky to smoke and drink and get high and hope the shit'll go away. But we don't know where we're going. As long as we're going, we gon' keep on fucking going till we go. Change is still it's TUT. Let the beat bang, Sean gon' let it breathe. Living off in the A and still ripping the P. Nigga is talking crazy, ain't talking to me. Never played it foul when I ran off on them streets. So my face is good when I walk amongst my peeps. Always came home, nobody ran me away. Even when I'm abroad, can still touch where you stay. Name been certified, never an intermediate. Goals are set high, always overseas. Success or slow grind, never came in immediate. Lot of homies have died, never gonna get to see the shit. And we'll probably be smoking, but don't know where we're going, but we know that we're going, ayy. And they always hate our color, but never can kill our soul, so they shooting us in broad day. So we pray up to the sky to smoke and drink and get high and hope the shit'll go away. But we don't know where we're going. As long as we're going, we gon' keep on fucking going till we.
Oh, you never had no fried ribs. Who you know fried ribs?
I ain't even wanna look at that shit anymore.
Huh?
I ain't even look at that shit anymore.
It look good as
I
hell.
know you from the country when you fry your ribs.
Fried rib.
Yeah, fried ribs. Awesome.
Awesome.